Alright, last up tonight, we got Evan.
Thank you. This is my first stream with all my clothes on. This is new ground for me. And no, I will not elaborate on this in the routine. As we are streaming, I am reminded of some of my favorite technological advances. And one of my favorites is the light rail. I like the light rail. It's just so nice not having to walk like far distances, like that's it. There's no punchline there, it's just nice. And whenever I take it, I sort of understand why early Americans were so excited about the railway system. I also understand their concerns about women's ovaries falling out. But that's more a comment on my sexual education than anything else. Moving on. And you know, while I love it now, I actually had like a terrible first experience on it. And you're probably thinking, now, as a Native American, going on long trips and having a terrible time, this is not new for me. If anything, I was hoping this would be a different experience. I was heading off to go sing in a retirement home as a part of a Halloween volunteer event, so I thought the universe wouldn't fuck with me because of this. So, I grabbed 2 cola bottles, my wireless headphones, slip on a sweater over my Halloween outfit, which is just a plastic button-up with pumpkins all over it, and I get on the line south, you know? I get on it specifically because I look at the instructions in the email that just says, you know, to Angle Lake, and I'm like, okay, sweet, I get on to Angle Lake. I sat next to a man who smelled like pee and unstarted drama. He would sometimes sneeze and I would flinch. This was perhaps the most comfortable moment of the entire trip. As I blasted south, unperturbed by the world because I'm listening to Come From Away, the musical, things were going pretty... Exactly. Things were going good. I was vibing. And then we hit Soto. The link is stopped and we are taking off after sitting still for like, just wondering like, man, this is a long stop. And eventually we're told to get off and we've just been like causing a problem now. Apparently the other one caught on fire, which I don't know why that had to stop us. We were going the other way. So we were all escorted off the bus. And no, the link rail, we're taken to a bus, which will take us to the next stop south, which is Beacon Hill. And I, a small freshman in a thin sweater and a Halloween-themed button-up, walking towards my redirection bus, the P-Man made his move. He made his due on that unstarted drama. He just starts screaming. Not just about like normal things, like how he's tired of the world or tired of how things are. You know how they do it. It's specifically about bombs. And like pointing at the dog the police have as evidence of this. And I've never seen a dog look so betrayed in my life. He is promptly tackled by a police officer after lunging at one of them. And I watched him get tased after grabbing for some random person. This was not the worst moment of this entire debacle. The buses are cramped. I am standing because I have no backbone. Also, I was too slow to get a seat. I am a tiny fucking dude, still, and I was then. So I fit in well, you know? I'm very comfortable being surrounded by bodies for some reason. But my arms get tired because I'm holding the thing, and every 2 minutes I switch off. And if someone looks at me funny every time I do, like, wow, this kid really is atrophied. And the old lady, like, sitting in front of me is, like, constantly kicking me for some reason. She's from a different generation. So. And again, as a college freshman, I have no dignity to say anything. I'm in this hell for about 40 minutes and taken to the next station after a lot of ankle mutilation, a few songs from Come From Away, and I get back on at Beacon Hill Station and continue on south. After 20 more minutes, I finally make it to Angle Lake, where I get off. Now I check the email again to get the directions to the actual address, and as I'm reading my email, I realize I have made a grievous error. The line down south, the entire link rail down south, that train itself is called to Angle Lake on directions. But as I read, I read it like get on to Angle Lake, because that's what it said, get on to Angle Lake. But specifically it says get on to Angle Lake in quotation mark, because that's what it's called. I needed to get off at Capitol Hill. For reference, Capitol Hill is the first stop after the University Station, where I got on. It takes 4 minutes. And I was now an hour and 40 minutes south. It gave me new perspective. I had just made a massive fuck up in my directions and ended up somewhere completely different after blindly going against all better judgment, and I was just filled with this primordial rage. It really was a Christopher Columbus Kinney moment. So I get back on, headed north, thinking, God, this is like the worst fucking thing. And as I'm heading north, I take out my second cola bottle. I was smart, see? I was smart. I bought 2 because I knew this was going to be a long trip because I looked for the wrong train to get on. So you're probably thinking, man, this is a one win. No. It explodes on me immediately. Drenches my thin sweater. My hands are sticky now, and I have to take it off. So I shove it in my backpack, which makes all my sheet music all soggy and wet. I am now just a sad little Native American boy in a Halloween button-up, covered in sticky plastic with light-up headphones. And the button-up is made out of plastic. You could have taken a picture of me, and you could title it Trail of Tears Colorized. Easily be able to turn that in for extra credit in some Indigenous Studies class. As I'm now cold, I have a long trip ahead of me, but at least I'm listening to "Welcome to the Rock Word, Come From Away." My headphones died. Of course, people look at me. They always look when that happens. It's a really good musical, okay? It just sounds weird in the beginning, and there's a lot of stomping. So my headphones are dead. I'm cold. My phone's probably gonna die soon. I have a long trip ahead of me. What else could go wrong? The police get on. And now's when you think this is about to get really like the Trail of Tears, huh? I was yelled at because I didn't fucking tap my card another time. I didn't re-tap to go north and got an earful. Not before I just unloaded on this officer. Because she just walked up to my seat. This is where I would be dejected, sad, and sticky. And she just leans over in the most passive-aggressive way and just goes, "Long day?" And I just sit there and I don't weep, but I feel like I'm weeping, and I just tell her everything that has gone on. There was a man, there was pee, my headphones, they're everyone in Newfoundland on 9/11 musical, and then she's just like, "Young man, I just need your ID, and then a whole list of things. So I get lectured, and there I was again, scolded, cold, sticky, brown. I decided to give my mom a call. Just because that sounded like a smart move and nice. Maybe some comfort, or maybe like $20 out of pity. Lo and behold, she found this situation fucking hilarious. I have never heard her laugh more at me before. And who could blame her? I just took a crash course and fucked up direction applications and aced it. I was no longer a Sacagawea, but a goddamn Christopher Columbus. Several of my ancestors would be turning in their graves if they got actual burials. So after about an hour about that whole debilitating realization about my ancestors and their lack of graves, I stumble out of University Stadium link rail, and I think to myself, at least this is the worst thing that can happen to you in your freshman year of 2019, Evan. What could 2020 possibly throw at you to top this? Thank you very much for listening to that.